Japan worthy. Jersey? Redhead just a rap battle. Watch fans back more, a sure 30. Wait, reverse that 30? Sure, awards back. Fans watch battle rap just to hear Red Jersey? It hurts me.
I'm glad, nigga. Cause I'm the stupidest one. 2 arms to both sides of chef. Like he waiting on the food to get done. I'm rude to stay calm.
Purchase your ticket to be in the building or catch it live on pay-per-view stream.
I've watched some of our greats over the years, and to a degree I've studied them as a fan, whether it's the DNAs, the Big Cannons, the King Loses, the Ill Wills, the A-Wards. Some of our greats that are just so good and so deadly and lethal when it comes to rebuttaling, when it comes to Chef Trez, Sharon, and freestyling, the type of opponents that people want to win, have to win those coin flips against. Like, oh my God, like he's gonna flip the best part of my damn round if I, you know what I'm saying? So like these type of guys, and you know, I've seen some people say that it's just a born thing. You know what I'm saying? To a degree, I could almost see something in you that's maybe not innate is the right word, maybe genetic, because of the way you talk. You pick up on things very fast. You're able to speak very well, very fast. You catch your thoughts in flight very fast. Even the way you're moving around right now, it's like you're ready to jump into my question. Yeah, I see it. So that's a fucking genetic thing. Yeah. But when you translate that to freestyling and rebuttaling, like how do you explain that? You being able to do what you do as A-Ward. Everybody might be different. How do you break down you being able to step in there and just these crazy bars and these crazy lines and ideas in the midst of a round like this?
Yeah, I think it's I definitely think what you're right. It's a talent, you know, it's a talent, and it's a talent that comes from, you know, I was the middle child of 5. I was always the kid in middle school, high school, growing up that hung around people that we roasted. You just always had to have a quick comeback in life. I've always had to have some kind of quick comeback in life, or I would just have grown up to be the Homer meme of him just, you know, going back into the, you know, the bushes or whatever, you know, like, so I developed that from an early age of just being able to have some kind of wit or some kind of quick way of coming back. And it's about getting over the fear of not being terrible once or twice, you know? And so when it comes to rebuttaling, like some of the best decision-making points of my rebuttaling is when to rebuttal and when not to rebuttal, you know? Because there's been battles where I've said a rebuttal and I've been like, man, you know what? That just probably wasn't really worth it. You know what I mean? Or there's been battles where I've pick and choose certain rebuttals or certain times to address things. And so my thing is this, I'm so OCD. I kind of do a disservice to myself because I always want my rebuttals to be like four lines. I want them to be multis, and I want them to like have context, and I want to do internal rhyming in the middle of them. You know what I mean? Like that's just because I want to impress myself. Whereas the fan would probably just be like, yo, he flipped that and said this, you know, that's crazy or whatever. So, I just think, you know, like I said, the separations and the preparation, like I have written probably 16 bars of material for Ill Will that won't go in my material because I've already thought about his rebuttal to that material and how crazy it could be. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like I did.
You're not going to drop any of that here, are you?
Huh?
You're not going to drop any of that here, are you?
Yeah, I mean, like I thought to myself, like, you know, I thought to myself just some different like workout type things, like flipping wheel. You know how CrossFit, you know, whenever they're taking the wheels and they're flipping them over and different things like that, you know. And I thought, you know, so have you ever worked out with the ropes before, right? Yeah. You know, so I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, and this is me being fully like transparent and understanding of the situation. I'm like, I'm a white guy. I stay away from words like ropes when I'm battling, you know, guys that are not white, because he could turn around and flip it and say a white guy talking about a rope, you know what I mean? Or something like that. And it could be a long night for me in a sense, you know what I mean? And so
but hold on. You, sir, have genius artistic talent, son. I hope nobody missed that shit just now.
Take it in context. Like, I mean, because I'm
CrossFit wheel that you flip and exercise and like the big monster truck shit that you see people working out with. The flipping on Will, the name flipping, tied into the CrossFit rope shit that people work out with. But if Will turns around, especially in these times,
bro,
right
on
now,
a stage,
in these times, with what's gonna be an urban crowd, probably predominant black crowd, flipping into some rope shit on a white guy could cost you a round, and you anticipated that.
Yeah,
you saw it crazy.
That's how I write. Like, that's how I write. There's been opponents that I've had against Ilmac. I even said at the end of one of my rounds, I bet you're probably going to rebuttal this, because I still wanted to keep that material, but I wanted to like diffuse that situation. But so that's as a rebuttaler, like when you're writing, you're writing offensively, defensively, with everything in mind, you know. And then you're also taking any throwaway material you might have and still memorizing it and saying, well, if he has something that is even close to this topic, this was throwaway material for my written rounds, but maybe it can be pre-buttal material for, you know, if I had some random monster truck, you know, bar or something like that, you know? And so that's just, it's a full, rebuttaling is not just, hey, I can freestyle. You said, John, all right, your mom, you know what I mean? Like, that's not how it works. It's a science to it. So
I think you just opened up a big can of worms for people that just think that is straightforward. Like, you said this, so let me just try to find a way to reverse it back. The way that you're playing offense and defense within some of these approaches, and you mentioned something too that a lot of people don't talk about often enough, pre-rebuttals, you know, like having content that's already there. Like, I remember I asked Big K, I had to ask him off camera. I said, man, it's one of my favorite rebuttals of all time, him to Ill Will. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit, it gets you punched in that shit.
Yeah.
I said, okay, come on, man. I got to know. You had that in your pocket already? Was you waiting for the right moment, somebody to say that shit? You know, and he gave me his response on that. But man, I'm marveling that shit, man. It's wild to hear the artistry in some of the stuff that you guys do. And that's why I'm up there as a huge fan. You don't understand how many bars on stage I want to finish, but I've trained myself as a host to contain myself. Like, I can't do that. Like, sometimes
I always tell people, like, the rebuttaling is actually it's for the crowd, it's for the entertainment, but it's for me. Like, to me, you're paying me and you're believing in me and you're branding me to come out and rap 3 rounds. To me, that's the bare minimum. You know what I mean? Like, if I go and write 3 crazy rounds and deliver them, that's what I'm supposed to do. You know, and like, it's not impressive to me anymore to go do what I'm supposed to do at work. And so, how I impress myself.
Clap it up for this man again. You got 2.
How I impress myself is getting in that bag and like rebuttaling mid-round, this, that, the third, you know, and like just finding ways of like things that I didn't plan to do, and I was able to go in and execute on the spot. And then that's when I go away with the adrenaline, like, yo, Ward, you are something else, bro. Like, what is, you know what I mean? Like, and so that's the dope stuff for me, you know?
Yeah, man. I can keep talking with somebody like you on that topic, but I feel like we got to get to the Ill Will part, man. Man, I'm so interested in some of the stuff you was just talking about, but we gotta have a separate conversation about this shit.
Yeah.
Private, like, I gotta just call you one night, talk about this shit. Like,
go get your Rebuttal Game Crazy merch. It's all available, man. Go get your Rebuttal Game Crazy merch.
Yeah. People don't know that me and Shaka, it's no secret. A lot of owners do this, or a lot of booking people do this. You tend to book some of your favorite rappers. You know, like, there's a lot of business decisions. There's a lot of rapport decisions. But then you just have pure fanship decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, booking, let's say Old Red. I've publicly said many times that Old Red's in my top personal 3. You know, so when he takes the stage, I listen in super fan mode.
Right.
Super fan mode. Doesn't mean that Jag can't beat him. I won't be like, oh, I'm more impressed by Jag tonight. But that's the fan in me, man. Like this is why when people don't understand, like, yo, RBE or ARP or whatever the type of shit, like, how do you keep constant in the battle rap culture, having to deal with the other side of stuff, you know, the business side of stuff. And I always say, you gotta love it. You gotta love it, because we deal with, including you, even as a battler, we deal with a lot of stuff that we don't have to. Like, you have stuff going on for yourself outside of battle rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those guys as well. Don't need it. So why are you here? Why are you doing this shit? Why are you putting yourself through hell and back? You know, having to go through the hoops and all this shit. Gotta love it. We all want to be successful, but you gotta love this shit, man. You have to, or else none of us would be here. But
That's a fact.
Ill Will, you landed with an opponent that could hurt your career badly.
Mm-hmm.
How do you prepare to stand in front of somebody with the multitude and depth of the type of arsenal that he could bring to a stage, the aggression, the relatable street talk in front of that type of crowd, the charisma, the performance, the personality, I could tie into charisma, the humor.
Yeah.
The humor, being able to switch in and out of laughing to dead serious in your face. How do you prepare for an opponent like that? I mean, this guy has been always talked about, champion of the year, multiple years, sourceless, top battlers, and all that type of stuff. How do you prepare for somebody that dangerous?
Well, first off, I mean, I have the most confidence in myself to know that when you're interviewing him, you're asking him and you're saying, yo, Will, how do you prepare for the rebuttals, the layered lyricism, the versatility, you know what I mean? Like, I have all of those type things in an arsenal as well.
Yeah.
And so knowing that, like, I don't approach the battle at all in any kind of fearful, mindset, like a respect of knowing how good he is and how he can be, but then taking that and saying, yo, Ward, there's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why you're battling Ill Will. And there's a reason why this is not rookies versus vets type battle. This is not, like a up-and-comer type event, anything like that. And so when I alluded earlier to, like controversy, and I said it in jest or whatever, but I heard Ill Will tell 3 Letterman that this is not a battle people wanted to see at this point in his career. I said to myself, this is the battle everybody wants to see on this card. Like how can you say that? You know what I mean? And know that this is not an under the radar battle. This is highly regarded as what will be the battle of the night, the most competitive battle, 2 of the, the better battle. I don't say better battlers, that's subjective, and I don't want to disrespect my peers in a sense, but like everybody was talking about this battle when it dropped. So whether or not you believe you're in a different place in battle rap to where you shouldn't be seeing A Ward, that might be in your head, but the consensus around what everybody's watching is we can't wait to watch A Ward and Ill Will. So on the contrary, everybody does want to see this battle in your career at this point in your career. So instead of
possible angles,
instead of thinking, that this is just something, and I mean, he's a professional. He's going to be fully prepared, but don't let that get to you. Don't let that, don't let it make you feel like, the Hitman battle fell through and I ended up with A Ward, because I'll be completely honest with you, you would have been better off with Hitman. And that's how I feel. And that's how I feel 100%.
Okay, I'm reloaded.